Ma'am, we are live now.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
A very warm welcome for today's counseling session for our dear students of Billabong International School, Kanpur. I am Shikha Sood, Head of Outreach, Shuli University. I give you a very hearty warm welcome. I'm very excited to welcome all the teachers, students who have taken time out to watch us live. First of all, I would like to thank Preeti ma'am for giving us this opportunity. And today I would like to introduce the guest of the day today. And we have with us is Dr. Nitika Thakur. She is assistant professor um, in our university, and she has done her she has done her PhD in microbiology. With her, she is now today coming with her one of her favorite students, Mihir. Mihir is our student, and he is doing his BTech, he's in his first semester, or I believe you're in second semester, if I'm not wrong, Mihir. Yeah, second semester.
Absolutely.
And in biotechnology, and he has joined our summit research program. Nikita and Mihir, they both will be talking to you about future in biotechnology, scope in this field. And we wanted Mihir to be here because we understand as students you have lots of questions which are going on in your mind which needs to be answered. So nobody better than Mihir could have answered those questions first. And second is, Mihir could ask Nikita all those questions which goes as a student in the mind, because this will help you to make your decision, because this decision of choosing the field in which you need to go is the, I would say, one of the very, very important decisions of your life. So we hope that you will enjoy the session, and without wasting any more time, the complete stage is yours, Dr. Nikita and Mehir. So let's give them a big round of applause. Over to you, Nikita ma'am.
So, hey Mehir, how are you?
Well, hi, ma'am. I'm good, but just like any other high schooler who is studying in class 11th or class 12th, I'm a bit confused. I'm confused that should I opt for medicine or should I opt for engineering? As I come from PCB background, I believe that I should go for medicine. But sometimes I see my friends from PCM background, and I feel like that I should do engineering too. So I'm in a dilemma between these two fields. So could you please help me with this dilemma?
Mehir, I think everybody has heard about the medical stream and the non-medical stream. Have you ever heard about the word biotechnology?
Oh my God, yeah. We have heard about biotechnology, ma'am, but I'm not sure that we can pursue any higher degree or higher education in this field. Yes, we have heard about biotechnology in our class 12th NCRT, a chapter titled as Introduction to Biotechnology and its Applications, but I'm not sure that I can pursue it as a degree or as a career option in my life. So, ma'am, now I would like to ask you that what is biotechnology and what is this field all about? Over to you, ma'am.
So, Mehir, it's a very important question because I think the small skit or the small reality show we displayed right now was for every student who is passing from his plus two or higher secondary school, and finally he or she has a dilemma, has a confusion, has an obstacle regarding what streams to choose, because we are left only with two options: medical stream and a non-medical stream. It may be due to the unawareness or due to the lack of awareness, basically, because we are not knowing these type of emerging fields like biotechnology, microbiology and all. So if I talk about biotechnology, Mehir, it's taken from a very traditional science. So biology, I think everybody loves biology. So it is not a new science, but a type of tagged science with technology. So we all know regarding the living system, we all talk about living system. Yes, it is like happening in the living system. It is like affecting the activities, affecting the type of behavior of humans. It is affecting the environment. So we are talking about those living systems, those living organisms And if we talk about microbiology, we talk about microorganisms. So Mihir, it's taking into account that traditional biology, but we are tagging it with the technology. We are in a technology assisted era today, and Meher, it's always important to go with the technology. So why not to tag science with technology or biology with technology? So yes, this is biotechnology. When we talk about biotechnology, if we split this word, we get two important words, bio and technology. So bio refers to, everybody know that bio refers to biology, the living systems, the organisms, the microorganisms, and technology being tagged to these systems, we can utilize these living systems, these living organisms, can modify, can play with these living microorganisms, living organisms, and finally mold them in such a way, or with the assisted technology, strategies, processes, so that these living systems can be modified in such a way that can be utilized in the welfare of the society. So what we are doing, we are working for the welfare of the society, as well as we are taking into account the health of our planet, which is the utmost thing right now. So this is what we understand from biotechnology, Meher. So this was my perspective about biotechnology, and I know you are a brilliant student of biotechnology. So you have you are in the second semester of SRP program in Shulini University. And so I would like to know that what is biotechnology as a type of student perspective? So you can very well explain that as a student, what do you understand about biotechnology, Meher? So over to you.
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. So, my God, we have a packed room of 55 participants today, and I'm so delighted to see that number. So, yeah, interestingly, you know what, ma'am, when I was in class 11th too, I was like that I have taken biology, I will go for medicine, because usually, we have an environment wherein people are like that, if you have opted for biology, you need to go for medicine. And you never think of any other field coming in front of you. But it was on the contrary, I was extremely, indulged in, new topics coming up in the field of biology. And because I feel that biology is a big ocean and you need to discover a lot of it into it. So then I thought of, when I came across this chapter on biotechnology, I was really, amused by the scope that we have in this field. As in, you vividly said that biology is an ancient science, but adding technology to it, it feels like that you are getting towards advancement. So I thought that yes, this field would be the best for me, and I should go for it, because number one, it allows me to think deeper into what how natural phenomena take place, and number two, I also adapt to some of the other a social cause that is currently going on in the environment. So this was the way in which I got into love with biotechnology. So, ma'am, you have, vividly told us about what is biotechnology. But the major question stays that if I offer biotechnology, what subjects will I study? As in, what are the subdomains of the field of biotechnology which a student shall be able to discover and study when he or she opts for a undergraduate course or any sort of course in the field of biotechnology? So over to you, ma'am, telling us about the subjects in biotechnology.
Meher, yeah, when we are going for any important stream or we are going to build a career on that particular stream, we are very much concerned about the course curriculum or the subdomains of that particular stream. So I would like to tell you, and I would like to tell everyone here, every student here who is searching for a very best option for the future, that is like if you go for biotechnology, what type of steps is like what types of subdomains you will be going through and what type of course curriculum you will be studying, because it's a very important thing, Mihir. Whenever we talk about the subdomains or the subcategories or the course curriculum associated with biotechnology, we can see that biotechnology, it grabs every possible field. So if I talk about, Mihir, environment, yeah, we need biotechnologists there. If I talk about agricultural problems, we do need solutions from biotechnologists and microbiologists. If I talk about waste water management here, yes, we need solutions there also. And it is like a type of job or a type of solutions which are being provided by the biotechnologists or microbiologists here. So if we talk about the course curriculum or the design of these course curriculum under biotechnology, we have subjects like bioengineering. So Mihir, if I talk about simple engineering, and bioengineering. So see here, every subject is being tagged up with the prefix bio. That is, we are working on those living systems, living models, and we are playing with them. So if I talk of bioengineering, we are adding a type of living system element to engineering, simple engineering. So if we talk about bioengineering prospects, so yes, we'll be talking about in this subject about the engineering of various type of living system accordingly. So if we talk about the applications here, Mihir, we talk about every possible sector, healthcare, because everybody want a quality life, good healthcare, good clinical diagnosis, and early diagnosis is the one which is like needed by everyone, so that they can have prior precautions, or they can go to the specific doctoral, you can say, type of prescriptions and all. And also, if I talk about bioengineering, they are playing a very important role in engineering those living systems, and also making biomedical, you can say, artificial models. So you can go for artificial joints, knees, etc. It is the type of prospects which are being which will be studied by the student in bioengineering field. And if we talk about the computational statistical analysis and computationally analyzing them and interpreting them by the use of computer application and software, so we have a subject bioinformatics here. So we know that we are working in a lab, we are working for the wet analysis basically. But what about the dry analysis, Mihir? So I think many students here would be like very happy to play with the computer softwares. They are like, because we are in the technology era, and we would be like growing in these typical fields, then only we'll be succeeding in life. So yes, a person who is a computer level has a type of opportunity which is being based on basically the information which we get through this subject, that is bioinformatics. I would like to tell you that yes, we always hear about the shades of rainbow. Yeah, we know the 7 colors of rainbow. But do we really know, or are we equipped, or we are well equipped with the shades of biotechnology? Yes, we do have shades in biotechnology, Meher. So if I talk about gold biotechnology, it symbolizes the computational analysis through bioinformatics. If we talk about the bioterrorism, yes, we have cases in biotechnology where the intentional use or the wrong use, you can say, can lead to the disasters basically in form of when you are utilizing those microorganisms basically for harming or spreading infections. Like Meher, you must have heard about the anthrax breakout. So that was also a type of bioterrorism which was like imposed, and it generally led to high mortality rates in terms of infectious diseases basically. So here we'll be exploring how these microorganisms can turn out to be disasters, because we need to know the dark path of biotechnology also. Also, when we talk about other shades, we have white also. So white biotechnology, it symbolizes and it focuses on the various type of enzymes that can be utilized for the welfare of the society, for the industrial use. So we are focusing here on the industrial role of biotechnology. So you'll be getting an insight, a deeper insight of all the processes, strategies, how you can mold them for the better pathways, and what type of enzymes are being utilized for that particular cause. If we talk about Meher, if we talk about the sustainable development goals nowadays, like it is on the limelight, it is like a highlighted thing right now, that is your SDGs, sustainable development goals. So if we talk about these sustainable development goals, how we can achieve it? Yes, we do provide shades here in biotechnology for that also. So we have gray biotechnology that generally symbolizes a very basic concern nowadays. Like you have ecological concerns, we have pollutants, we have toxic environment around us. And this particular indirectly or directly is harming us. It is breaking out with various type of diseases. It is harming us with the basic, you can say, like, for example, your COVID-19 and all. So yes, we are also concerned with this biodiversity section in biotechnology. So you'll be getting the insight how to develop these type of biotechnological strategies or microbiological section into converting them into a useful source or useful strategies for conserving the biodiversity particularly. Now, if I talk about another shade like green shade, so green symbolizes your agricultural shade. Yes, we have problems. We have many problems associated in like cultivation patterns and choosing a right variety for the crop. would that variety be able to resist those type of diseases, those type of pests? So it is like integrated pest management is the most important thing nowadays. And finally, when we go into this green shade, we'll be getting the solutions and the strategy and the challenges which our agriculture is facing. Now, if I talk about seas, oceans, what do biotechnology offer there? We do have a vast or ample opportunity there also. So when we talk about biofuels, yes, biofuels are more safer. We should utilize them. Where do they come from? They come from utilizing those type of helpful microorganisms like micro algae. They are the great opportunity if we talk about marine biotechnology. And not only biofuels, Mihir, the creams we use like in our daily life, the sunscreens and all, so that it glows on our face and all. So all those are being the contributions of these little and naked microorganisms. So these type of tiny microorganisms, how helpful they can be. So we'll be studying about these marine type of opportunities, marine microorganisms, and how they can be utilized in basically going for a safer and a green environment. So yes, we'll be exploring this in blue biotechnology. Now we have very basic and specific type of subjects related here, like microbiology and virology. So whenever we talk about microbiology, we are talking about those tiny creatures which we don't see by the naked eye, but yes, we need a type of special equipments or special type of instruments like microscope to view those beautiful creatures. And trust me, they are beautiful, they are wonderful. So don't ever think that yes, they are only causing diseases, but yes, we do have the beneficial part associated with it. So we'll be studying about all those type of criteria, those type of beneficial microorganism, harmful microorganism, and what strategies as a microbiologist, as a biotechnologist, you can provide to the society for getting those type of valuable products. Now we have a shade known as violet biotechnology. Yes, whenever we talk about research, we talk about some of the rules and regulations associated with that particular type of research. So yes, science goes hand in hand with those type of rules and regulation. So we have a particular, you must have heard about the patent authority, ethical consideration. So whenever we go for in vivo studies, when we need to test the models for a particular research, we can't go directly to that. We need some ethical considerations, ethical, you can say a yes to that type of research model. And finally, with those rules and regulation, your research can proceed further. So that is a type of, you can say, a rules or regulation or a regulatory power that has been imposed on a good research, and also to restrain or to block those research which do not work for the welfare of the society, basically. Now, we always hear about DNA, RNA, proteins, and all. So we do have a subject, a specific subject related to DNA. Basically, see how much this subject would contain about DNA. We always hear about DNA, RNA, and all. We'll be providing you complete specification, complete usage, utilization, how these combination strategies can be used in the production of vaccines, new therapeutic, you can say, sections and all. So yeah, this will be providing you all the information relevant to that very small DNA genetic material, genetic section. Now, if we talk about a very hot zone, Mihir, these days, red biotechnology shade is like shining, because yes, due to COVID also, these type of rise in the pharmaceutical industry, in the microbiology section, we have seen that we need a quality healthcare and a type of quality life. Basically, if we want quality life, we need to focus on good clinical practices, good clinical diagnosis. And as already I mentioned about the early diagnosis, basically, that would be a type of you can say a measure or a clinical specific measure which can be taken beforehand. So if I quote an example, Mihir, if I like quote an example about this innovation, basically in the field of you can say biosensor and biolead. So yes, I already told you about an episode, Mihir, that is Shark Tank India. So yes, I was generally, I am a great fan of that show, because these are generally the businessmen, and they are providing assistance to the new innovations, new startups. And finally, a team from Dehradun. So it was a matter of pride that from Dehradun they went and they work with that small BioLead concept, that is like using it as a type of early diagnosis BioLead concept. It is very small and very portable. So it can be used as a prior diagnosis in terms of ECG. So you can do it at home only. It is a small kit, and you can go for like the type of late diagnosis or the late screening after you get the results from that portable ECG machine. So it is like innovation ideas. So yes, we need these type of innovation, and it comes through biotechnology. So we'll be reading about the red biotechnology. We'll be covering all the specific areas related to healthcare, clinical diagnosis, early diagnosis basically, and what are the complications associated with it. Then when we come to plant biotechnology, yes, we'll also be exploring the type of herbs, because immunity, I think immunity is being highlighted it is a traditional word, but I think it got highlighted in the sphere of COVID-19 when we were like fighting with COVID-19. It's like if you have good immunity, you won't be affected by this pandemic. So yes, we'll be going towards those selection of those herbs, basically those plants which can be utilized in terms of providing anti-cancerous effects, boosting up the immunity and all. Then we have a very important stream, because we always talk about food security, food safety. Can I eat this thing? Would it be safe for me? Like all the regulatory powers about the food safety, about food concerns, because it goes from producer to consumer, and the consumer nowadays, I think he or she is very well aware to go for a right choice of food, to go for a safer food, basically. So yes, in yellow biotechnology, we'll be covering all the aspects related to food safety. What about the hazard analysis, how these type of analysis can be done at an industrial level. So all the measures will be included in that. So this was generally an overview, what type of subdomains you have in biotechnology. But if I talk about Shulini University, we are providing a very simple type of basic curriculum for the undergrads here. Because whenever you jump from a +2 level to a type of stream like biotechnology, I think many questions strike you like, would I be able to cope up with those subjects? Yes, you can, because we provide a very basic level of biotechnology, like introduction to biotechnology, fundamentals of molecular genetics, and all the research related subjects are also included in that. So we provide a very basic introduction so that you get very well adapted to that type of course curriculum in undergrads. And finally, when we move to the post-grad degree, yes, we have advanced level courses in that. So yes, please do not get do not step back due to like what type of basic type of subjects I'll be studying. Would I be able to cope up with it? Yes, we have a plan for you, and we have a very basic course curriculum that you will be getting adapted very soon. So yes, Mehit, this was all about my view, like my subdomains, which I generally displayed for you. And I think domains are like, I can't list them in this small slide only, because we have astrobiology coming in. We have AI also, artificial intelligence, tagged up with biotechnology. So these are the upcoming, you can say, upcoming streams related to biotechnology. So see how they are emerging from this science and are getting tagged up with it. And every time we get a new type of subdomain that originated from biotechnology. So yes, list is never ending for biotechnology. And if I talk about your favorite subject, Mihir, what is your favorite subject and why?
Well, yes, ma'am, absolutely. I will tell my favorite subject to my friends present over here for sure. But I would like to add away that you see as I earlier said, that biotechnology is a vast ocean. My God, in each and every domain, in each and every realm of earth, as in you see on land too, in air too, in water too. My God, I'm doing a research work on marine studies, and here you see a subject titled as blue biotechnology. So it's extremely interesting. And friends, I'm a web series fan, so I like seeing a lot of web series. Other fans present over here, I would like you to give a thumbs up over here. Let me see the spirit. So recently, I was sitting on my television screen, and I saw this advertisement of a web series titled as Human. And Human is a web series wherein they talk about bioweaponry and bioterrorism. And you see how evident and how advanced the field of biotechnology is. As in the things which are coming up in web series these days, which are trending these days, you are studying them as a textual matter. You are seeing that how is bioterrorism done, how do we identify whether it's an artificial terrorism or not, and how do we contain it into a particular society. I mean, endless, scope in the field of biotechnology. So as far as my favorite subject is concerned, Nitika ma'am, just like you, I also am inclined towards microbes, microorganisms, etc., etc. So my field of inclination goes out to be microbial biotechnology, wherein because since class ninth, I suppose, I was really inquisitive that how do these small organisms, which I'm not able to see from my naked eyes, work upon. And then I started digging up further into their families, into their classifications, etc., etc. And friends, let me tell you, these microbes, they may seem to be of a very, very small size, micrometers or nanometers or decimeters whatsoever, but the amount of tremendous application they have on human life is flawless. As in, from each and every work that we do, whether you talk about artificial insulin or you talk about anti-cancer therapies, we have application of microbes everywhere. And henceforth, with this, the mightiest organism present on this earth, as we say so, the humans, they are in love with microbes, because at some or the other place we find them that they are of a great help to our society. So ma'am, that is all about my favorite subject in the field of biotechnology. And friends, what it's not about when you make a subject a favorite subject of yours, it's that because you get a big exposure in biotechnology, that you have a full right to choose a favorite subject. In other streams of sciences, you will observe that you have only small brackets of subjects, as in you will have to choose one or the other. But in biotechnology, you get exposed to so new concepts and subjects every day, now and then, that you get to know, a lot about the world around you, and you have the right to choose any one of them as your favorite. So this was all about subjects, ma'am. But my friends today, they have joined from Kanpur. Kanpur is a GI tag for saddlery, and saddlery is the leather that you put on the horse. So the people of Kanpur are as fast as horse. They are very, hardworking and competent and smart people. So now I was talking about working because, I'm a bit, curious to know that what are the career options in the field of biotechnology. As in, if a student opts for, biotechnology as a higher education degree, or, as a subject to pursue further, on what posts can he or she imagine himself or herself after completing his or her degree? So because usually we think that biotechnology is a theoretical applied science, so nothing special in it. But I would like you to bust a big myth, telling my friends about these the career options, the career scopes that we have in the field of biotechnology. So over to you, ma'am, telling us about the career and its scope in biotechnology.
Thank you, Mihir. So it is also a very important question because it is being associated with the settlement of the life and a bright future. So everybody here, I think the students basically, they must be fighting against like we getting a type of job that we are like dreaming of? Would we able to cope up with that type of stress in that industry or not? So yes, when we talk about biotechnology, we offer ample job opportunities because it is being linked to every sphere, you can say. Like biotechnology, if I talk about the environment section, Mihir. So if I talk about this environment section, we have responsibilities and we have posts which are mainly for your environmentalists, and you can act as a successful biodiversity conservation officer too. Basically, if we talk about environment conservation, yes, we need strategies because we need to focus on the global warming concepts. We need to go for solutions when we talk about the different type of pollutants persisting in the environment, different type of toxic nature elements persisting in the environment. So yes, we need a very topmost job here. So I call biotechnologists, microbiologists at the forefront soldiers here because they are the ones who will be devising those strategies that will be working for the welfare of the society. Basically, because this is the era where we are facing the concerns related to environment, ecological concerns, and finally they are impacting the human life. So basically, the foremost duty and the posts which are being advertised in the environment section, we have biodiversity conservation officers, and you can act as smart environmentalists, basically. Now, when we talk about the typical type of, you can say, jobs in type of government sectors, basically, so we can go for the government sector jobs like food security officers. So they are equivalent jobs to your UPSC, and if you want to go for an administrative type of job, so yes, biotechnology do offer posts and do offer jobs like food security officers, where you need to go for the basic type of foods analysis, quality assurance, because you are the one who will be analyzing those type of food material, and the basically it will be going to the consumer. So you are the ones who are responsible for analyzing, for you acting as a type of nutritional experts, basically, and saying yes to that food quality matter or to that food item, basically. And you will be going for the analysis, basically analyzing the type of food item that is fit for the consumption or not. So that is holding a type of very important post. If we talk about law, so how this biotechnology get integrated with the law field? So yes, biotechnology, when we talk about law, we need patent officers, we need patent attorney officers, basically, who impose those type of laws, rules, and regulations, which will be basically acting on a right research, because we are working for the welfare of the society. So we need researchers that focuses on the welfare of the society. Any type of research that generally goes into an illegal section or is not like working for the welfare of the society is immediately stopped. So you have a very important role to play in type of law sections. Now, if I talk about another jobs, if you want to pursue high studies in microbiology or biotechnology, yes, we do have various type of scholarship exams, and basically the national eligibility test, which is being a type of, you can say, broad spectrum type of national eligibility test, which also like agencies like ICMR, ICAR, CSIR, they are providing this platform for all these students after like they complete their masters, or if they are in the final year of their master's program, they can opt for this and they can go for these type of competitive exams. And finally, what they get a type of national eligibility test passed, and finally with tagged up with the scholarship, JRF, junior research fellowships for your higher studies. And also, when we talk about the typical type of industrial placements, so we have numerous placement, numerous posts which are being advertised for the research associates, and on the regular basis for the junior research fellows, and also for the project associates, basically. And these are being advertised by the top companies, by the top recruiters. So if I talk about the top recruiters of biotechnology, I talk about Serum Institute. And Serum Institute, I know everybody is well aware, and in this COVID time, I think Serum Institute has provided the typical vaccine production patrons and all. So this is the topmost recruiter in the field of biotechnology and microbiology. And Meher, if I talk about the recent recruitment of my student, so he completed his master's in microbiology from Shulini, and finally he has been selected in Serum Institute of India as a type of in the production section of vaccine, like vaccine production, basically. And he's so happy because he's living his dream. So we are like very proud of Karan, and basically we are so happy that he's living his dreams and he's working on the top, in the top vaccine production unit and the top vaccine production company here. So we do have many other companies who are the top recruiters, and if you are a type of lover for, you have a love for industry and you want to work in industry, so we have Biocon, we have Bharat Biotech. So Bharat Biotech is also being a type of highlighted area these days due to the COVID-19 vaccine production. And the vaccine shots we are getting like Covaxin, Covishield. So we are getting through these type of innovations which are being produced, which are being formulated by these type of top recruiters. So they do hire, they do have posts basically for the youth, basically for the undergrads, postgrads, and doctoral level in R&D section, that is research and development section. We have similar Pfizer, we have Award, we have Nestle, we have Cipla, and the list goes on basically. So this was all about the type of job opportunity, the job security. So see, here you can go in any stream. It's like biotechnology is being linked to every possible sphere here. So you can have a look on the posts which are regularly advertised on the basis of each section I generally mentioned here. So I think this job opportunity section is being clear to you. So we'll be moving on to the research section now, because I think, Mihir, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm
Yes,
here. Are you able to hear me clearly,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
my
yeah.
voice is breaking?
No, you are clearly audible now.
Oh, that's great. That's great, ma'am. Actually, the electricity went off, friends. I am so sorry for that. Biotechnologies are working biology, but seeing the condition of electricity in my life, I feel like that they should do something with electricity too. So, fine, friends. Bob, I'm really about careers in biotechnology, and it's fantastic to know all of this. But now I would also like you to tell us about, why should I for technology in the year 2022, as in why he or she should take technology or medicine or other any other field. So over of technology in the post-pandemic era.
Okay, Mihir. So in this era, when we are tackling with that pandemic, that huge pandemic, COVID-19, and we are regularly getting the updates regarding the strain, the antigenic shifts of those viruses, and basically the type of researchers involved in it are basically the microbiologists and the biotechnologists and the virologists. Basically, they are working and they are coming up with a new research that yes, this virus is like mutating at this rate. It has been mutated into a very new strain, and we need immediate vaccine production against that new strain. So yes, when we talk about COVID-19, I think people always hear about biotechnology, microbiology, mere words. But yes, when we came across this disaster, this pandemic, we came to realize that these are not just words, but yes, they have great implications, great strategies. We do need solutions for these type of emerging diseases. So yes, people have realized, like if I talk about myself, I as a microbiologist was able to understand that particular virus is like into the world, and it is causing a type of pandemic hustle here in the population, and finally it will be mutating, it will be coming with the new strain. So as a microbiologist, I could understand that, and this era, it needs very active. If I talk about the youth, they need very active biotechnologists and microbiologists, because we need solutions, need early diagnosis of these type of emerging diseases, so that they do not cause harm, basically the type of very severe harm to the people, to the population. So we need to go for these type of solutions, and these solutions are being provided by the researchers who are the microbiologists, who are the biotechnologists. They generally collaborate under the World Health Organization, and finally they come up with the solutions, like in terms of vaccine production, which we are like usually we are seeing those type of trends in like Covaxin, GoShield. So we are the ones who are working at the forefront, and we are providing the solutions basically, if we talk about the type of COVID-19 pandemic. So I think, Mihir, in this pandemic, in this era, everybody must have realized that how important is to understand the microbiology of microorganism, or to go for these strategies, so that we can save our life and save the population here, and save the earth, save the environmental sphere also. So basically, we focus on this, and finally, we need more microbiologists, more biotechnologists for this thing, this section. So I think this era has completely made it mandatory to go towards these type of sciences here. So I think, Mihir, are you there?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, I'm over here, and you have vividly told us about the COVID-19 relevance in the field of biotechnology today. So, am I audible, ma'am? I'm so sorry for the inconvenience, my friends. There is a lack of electricity at my place currently, so the weather is also not, seeming good. So, by the way, friends, the second photograph that you see over here is nothing but the state-of-the-art laboratory of Raj Khosla Cancer Research Center at Shulini University. My
Mihir,
God,
Mihir,
I
that
sit on the
slide is
second
not
floor of
visible.
this research center.
Meher, you need
Oh,
to
okay,
take the
that's not
yeah.
visible.
Just take to the next slide. I think there is some signal problem, there's electricity problem there. So what we can do is, Nitika, I will move forward. right? So, and as he joins, and then we'll be able to take the questions from him. So now, as you've discussed about the job opportunities, if you take biotechnology as your field, has been discussed. Now, my second question to you is, a lot of times, when we talk to students, right? So they or to the parents, when students take medical, only one line comes to their mind, which is being, all these, I would say, that is only MBBS, right? So, how do you compare MBBS with this biotechnology?
Ma'am, this is a very important question because we are in a confusion of only two streams basically, because we are unaware about that third emerging field basically. So I think COVID-19 has made it very clear that what are the scopes and what type of steps we need to initiate, and we can provide solutions through this biotechnology. When I talk about a medical stream, yes, we are providing a services to the society, but in a very limited scenario. We are working on the clinical diagnosis, on the specific type of prescriptions which are being done, which are being collaborated by the researchers. So when I talk about researchers, I'm talking about that research oriented field where you are the ones, you are the forefronters, and you are working on those type of typical clinical diagnosis that yes, this infection is emerging and we need solutions in terms of those type of specific vaccines against it. This won't be a type of work, a usual work for the doctors, for the medical students basically. So if you are, and if you are looking for a research oriented program, then you should surely adopt for your biotechnology stream or microbiology stream. See, if I talk about Shulni University, we are the ones with the first summit research program, and we are India's leading private university with this innovative program that generally focuses on the research oriented degree. So if I talk about SRP, a 4-year degree program, I talk about a very innovative program where a student is able to go with his usual engineering degree and he has a type of research oriented type of tag with his degree. So what is happening here, we are going for a usual degree, but we are tagging a research oriented program. So you will be able to go for you have a freedom to go for the research, the idea, the innovations you have, and finally we are there to implement that. And basically if we talk about implementation, we provide every student a type of individual mentorship. He or she is able to choose his or her mentor on the basis of the idea he has formulated, and finally he or she is exposed to the labs here. So we have 104 plus labs in Shulani, and the person and the student, he has the type of lab rotations basically, and he can personally go to his mentor. So he has an individual interaction with the mentor, and finally he can go with his proposal. And what is the outcome of this degree, of this research oriented program, is that you get a type of freedom to go for your idea, implement it, and successfully come with a type of publication and a patent in your hand. So see how important is that we are initiating research at a very undergrad level, because when we talk about research, it's in our mind that it goes well with a master's program and also for a very short tenure, 6 months. And if we talk about a higher research, we always talk about a doctoral degree. It's not like that. You can start your research in your undergrad program, and with the SRP, it's an excellent program. So ma'am, if we talk about medical stream and biotechnology, see what big difference we can create when we go for biotechnology, because we are the forefronters who are thinking about those type of clinical diagnosis, those type of specific formulation. A medical student or a doctor is generally the one who implements that, but the basic idea behind that is the idea which comes out from the mind of biotechnologist or a microbiologist. So Mihir, as a SRP student, what do you feel like getting into a program that was very different from a PCB program in +2, and what type of advantages you see that you have opted for this SRP program, that is a research oriented program, and it will be adding value to your engineering degree. So please share your views as a student regarding this program, and please tell the students how to proceed for that.
Absolutely, absolutely, ma'am. But before doing that, are you able to see my presentation over here on your
Yes, yes.
screen? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
great.
visible.
So I'm so sorry, everyone. You see, with a lot of advancements, we have a lot of obstacles coming in. So we will have to tackle that some or the other day. So
Mihir, we need to
yeah,
define like electricity section also. It should be linked to biotechnology. We
absolutely.
need
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
develop those type of sensors.
Yeah, correct, ma'am. Absolutely. Yeah, you have rightly said that. So, yeah, friends, as ma'am told you, and so sorry for inconvenience once again. So, I am a student for the SIP program, BTech Biotech SIP program here at Shulini University. As told by Shikha ma'am earlier, I'm in my second semester. And yeah, I am happy to tell that I have a preprint of my first review paper that is about to be published in the month of May in a very, very reputed journal. So now when you hear this, you should be, amazed, not by my academic temperament, but by knowing that even after being in the first semester, I have one scientific publication in my name as a first author ready there in front of me. This is why, because of the research program that we have at Shulini University. As ma'am mentioned you, we have hundreds of lab present over here in our campus. So when you enter into this program, you get to have a lot of lab rotations. I also went through that. I got to know about each and every professor, his or her field of work, and the laboratory in which he or she sits, and what sort of research projects are currently going over there. Then, being a part of the SIP program, you get the privilege of choosing your mentor and your field of interest. As in, I'm inclined towards cancer, so I will work over there. And if I'm inclined towards microbiology, I will work in microbiological labs. So this is, the USP of Shulini University, I must say, and this was why I fell into love with this university, and I'm over here. Because you don't imagine usually, people coming from Rajasthan joining universities in Himachal Pradesh, because as you talk about climate, we are two different poles. But it's all about scientific innovation, the nourishment that you get over here at the campus. So I'm working with Professor Kamal Dev, and he's a fatherly figure to me. He provides me all of the guidance that I want in my research work. So as I mentioned, there is a proper format of providing a research proposal to your mentor, and then he or she approves it, and then you start working on it. So I'm so sorry I was not able to show you, but over here on the second slide, the second photograph that you see on this slide is nothing but the Cancer Research Center, the state-of-the-art laboratory for cancer research, Raj Khosla Cancer Center at our university. And my God, friends, I sit on the second floor of this building. You imagine if you are sitting over there in such a beautiful laboratory, and you see serene campus all around, the lush green hills. After all, who would not get a research idea? And maybe I would like to compliment this building for giving me a wonderful idea upon which I'm working currently. And the environment that we create over here at Shulini, the scientific communication, which is something extremely important and necessary. Because let me recall that one fine day I went for a tea with my professor, and it was not a normal tea. It was a scientific tea, because we talked about GMOs, we talked about COVID-19, etc., etc. So, friends, all the researchers which have been, which have attained a particular level in today's scientific scenario, and the examples that you study in textbooks, whether it's Socrates, whether it's J.J. Thompson, or etc., etc., anything, all of them get some amount of the applicable environment wherein they are motivated, they are targeted, that yes, they should go towards innovation. So I believe that when I was over here at for SIP program, I've got that environment, I've got that motivation, and we have international collaborations too. For example, I'm also writing a paper, so it's with an international collaboration. So it's not about staying strict to India, but you get to hear the perspectives of people from diverse backgrounds, and that at some or the other way helps you. And yeah, there were challenges too, coming from class 12, that too from CBSE background. It's very difficult to comprehend research work at an extensive level, because here in CBSE we are not really targeted, or we are not trained in a way for extensive writing, for article publication, etc., etc. So it was a bit difficult for me. But as I told you, my professor, my mentors present over here at the university, the PhD scholars working in laboratories, they have these things, these professionalism, these nitty-gritties of scientific writing on their tips. So when you work with them, you get to learn a lot. It's not to be afraid of, but it's the joy of not knowing something. Because once Mark Twain once said that the very first day when you acknowledge that you don't know anything It means that you're ready to know everything. And that is the zeal with which we work over here at Shudini. And I'm extremely proud to be associated with a research-oriented degree. It will, after all, open my horizons, for international, master's programs as well. And that too in IITs. You come from Kanpur. IIT Kanpur is, an epitome of mechanical engineering. But over there too, if even even if you aren't in the third year or the fourth year, you aren't allowed to go into laboratories and conduct your own research work, which is fully funded by some big organizations. Here at Shulini, I'm in first year, as ma'am said. And can you imagine a first year undergraduate doing research work in his or her laboratory till night too? These laboratories are 24 into 7 open. It's just like a Harvard or an MIT environment that you get, and you get a lot of motivation to do work. So this is my experience. These are my learnings, and these are my challenges that I faced, Nikita ma'am, during the course of the SIP program. And by your blessings, I'm about to complete my second paper. And one fine day, I also tend to come back to my friends over here with a patent in my name too. Because over here in Shudini, we have a theory of having one student, one patent. So we have filed for more than 900 patents now, and we are targeting 1,000 plus. We have a dedicated IPR cell over here in our university, intellectual property rights. So friends, there is a lot more to say, but time constraints as always. So over to you, Shikha ma'am. Nikita ma'am, would you like to add something over here? Because I have so much to add that I feel that, even 1 hour of a session is small to discuss all of this. And I also believe that my friends present over here, you are extremely dedicated. Biology is not a boring field. We also have a lot of fun over there. We go for, with my one of a very fine assistant professor with whom I went for trekking. You see, this is the scientific bonding that you create, and this is what helps you further. And before everything else, we also have a research, video for all of you. Shashank sir, if we could have that showcase, telling about the
Yes, sir,
research
sure.
scope that we have in Shulini University. So over to you, Shashank sir.
Just a minute, sir.
So till that time, I would appreciate if my dear student, parents, whosoever is with us, if you have any question, please feel free to post your question in the chat box, or you just raise your hand. We'll make sure. Thank you, Shashank. So now I would request any student, any teacher, if you have any question, just feel free to ask. I'm sure Dr. Nikita and Mihir would love to answer your questions. And I would even add that, for BTech Summit Research Program, the applications are now open. So any student who is in 12th can apply. So you can just go to our website, and we'll be sharing the details with you in the chat box. You can just go and apply there if you are keen to do BTech Research Summit Research Program with us. Or if you want to look at the other programs we have, just visit our website. Any questions, any student, any teacher, if you have any question, you can even raise your hand, or you can just unmute yourself and
We will.
ask.
I would specifically love to answer all the students of which students have over here, because this is the USP of this webinar, because we get to add a student's perspective in the webinar itself. So please do feel free to ask questions on the chat box, or raise your hand, open your videos, whatsoever. We would be really love to answer those questions. So anyone, yeah.
So it was really a very wonderful session. Thank you, Nitika ma'am and Meher. So, you actually shared the complete details. What is biotechnology? What are the subjects you will be studying? What is the job opportunity if you become a biotechnologist? And, even not only the job opportunities, even about higher education. So that was really wonderful. There was a lot to learn. Thank you, Meher. Thank you, Nitika. And thank you, Preeti ma'am. And all the student teachers who have joined us. But before we come to an end, I would request everybody to switch on the camera. And if Shashank, you could remove the spotlight, because we just
Yes,
want to...
ma'am, already removed, ma'am.
Okay, so we would love to click one picture of all the students. So let's all switch on our cameras, please. Students.
I think we have a very shy audience.
Yeah. It's always there.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh. So we have... Great.
Thanks, Shikha, for your patience. I guess you all are not used to the school environment.
Yes.
With digital fatigue and everything in. So
Yes.
many thanks for this wonderful opportunity and really opening the doors to what is happening around the world and what are the opportunities we just have right at our doorstep in India. Thank you so very much. And I'm sure it will go a very long way. We've started a college guidance counseling cell, and we have the counselors as well in the midst, and we are every day getting empowered through mentors like yourself to move steadfastly forward. So many thanks once again for this wonderful platform.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Bye. Take care, everybody.
Bye. Bye. Bye.